All right, hey, how's it going, everybody? Coach Justin here from CrossFit FitFarm, here to talk to you today a little bit about hollow holds or the hollow body position. Pretty important as we see it in almost everything we do here, okay? So the actual hollow hold or a hollow body position lying on the ground is gonna look a little something like getting on my back to start off. I'm gonna squeeze my heels together, point my toes, put my hands up overhead. We can start everything touching the ground. I'm gonna pull my heels up off the ground and pull my shoulders up off the ground to where I feel total contact with my back on the ground right here. So for a lot of people, this can be a tough position to hold for very long, okay? The first way that we would scale this, if I feel my back starting to extend and I can't hold this without feeling some bad pressure here, then I'm gonna start by either tucking my knees into my chest more until I feel that back reestablish itself to the ground, or bringing those arms down, a combination of the two, because the biggest key we want is from my hips to my shoulders or my hips to my ribs to be nice and tight and be engaged. So if I start to lose any of that stuff by having my arms extended or my feet out, then I start to bring that stuff back in because I'm more focused on what's happening in my actual midline of that core from hips to ribs. Am I able to bring my ribs and pull them down to my hips? Am I able to pull that belly button through to the spine? If I start losing that, or you feel any of that tension in your low back, that's where the tension is, and you need to tuck harder into that ball. All right, guys, hollow body position, just to break it down for you, just the whole part itself. If I get here and I have that hollow body position, I've got my front side turned on, ribs tucking down to my hips, right? There's just the whole part of it. If I put that into a kip, right? I have the Superman position right into this hollow position so that that looks Superman, hollow body, back and forth, being able to control that kip. Good. Now we've got the kip. What am I going to do with it? Let's do a muscle up, okay? Hollow body to Superman, catching back in that hollow body position. So I jump up, good kip, right into that hollow position. I don't want to catch up here, feet going everywhere. Right here, ready for that press, ready for more muscle ups. Guys, continue with our illustration of how hollow holds are useful and applicable in the gym, not just gymnastics or hanging on a pull-up bar. Anytime we have a barbell in our hands, anytime we're moving in the gym, we're really thinking of keeping our ribs tucked down to our hips so that this midline area is really turned on the front side, not just the back side, which tends to want to happen to everybody. So, barbell overhead, one of the biggest times we see that midline break or that hollow body position start to fail. If I'm up top, good hollow body position looks like this. Ribs tucked in, trying to pull that belly button through to my spine. If I default into a bad position, which we all probably have, my butt shoots back, my chest shoots forward, I lose that midline, and now my back side is working a lot harder than if I get back into that good position and the front side is working harder. Same thing if that bar's on my shoulder, just because it's here, I still need to keep that tight midline. If I overextend and end up in this position, no bueno as well. Tight core, tight core. All right, guys, just kind of reiterating or driving home this hollow body position. Even with the jump rope in our hands, we still want to keep that idea of a nice tight core or ribs trying to pull down to my hips to keep that front side tight. We're jumping around, we're compressing that spine, so keeping solid here is going to be better for you. No matter whether I'm doing singles, notice the good position my midline stays in. I'm not faltering. If I turn that into doubles, nothing changed other than the speed of the rope. But I stayed nice and tight in my midline. I wasn't letting anything happen in the middle of my body. All right, guys, so still trying to tie together the hollow body position. Definitely an area where you're probably not gonna think of it or probably haven't heard it a bunch, but hollow body doesn't just mean gymnastics or my arms are extended. It's that hips to ribs being tight. So even on the rower, if we look at what's happening here at the back of my row, what's this position mimic? Very, very closely, right? If I get off the rower, I'm at the top of my dip. Right, what we just saw in those muscle ups, top part of my ring dip, and the very back part of that row pull, very much the same thing happening with midline, with where my body is in relation to hips, core, all that stuff working together. So